my name is Ava, and today we're going to talk about how has astronomy changed over time as it spread. Here to help me do this is mi hermano, Mason. So Mason, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Mason.
Alright, so the reason I chose to do my research project on astronomy is because I've always had an interest in astronomy. So when I saw this topic in the chapters that we were researching, I just couldn't resist. So before we get into the actual astronomy part, you need to know what's going on in the Byzantine Empire. So here's a little review. Many people from various lands were coming to the Byzantine Empire, and their cultures were combining with the Arabic culture, and many traditions were being molded into one. Damascus was the leading city and culture center of Islamic learning before Baghdad became capital in 762. You know more about social classes than me, so why don't you tell us about the social classes?
There were 4 social classes. Number 1 was the upper class. Well, there were the Muslims at birth. There was the second class, converts to Islam. The third class, the protected people, mainly the Christians, the Jews, and the Zoroastrians. And the lowest class were the slaves, the prisoners of war, and non-Muslims.
Awesome! Alright, so now you know what's been going on in the Byzantine Empire. So now, Mason, why don't you tell us about the astronomy in the Islamic times?
So let's talk first about the astronomy when it was first invented. During the time of Islam, it was developed to fulfill 3 of the 5 pillars of Islam, those being 1, fasting during Ramadan, 2, performing the Hajj, and 3, praying towards Mecca. The lunar calendar was needed to make religious periods. The study of the skies helped fix locations of cities so that worshippers could face towards Mecca as they prayed. It also helped guide Muslim traders to trading cities. Some devices they created were the armillary sphere, Muslim observatories, and the astrolabe. The armillary sphere helped to set the religious calendar by calculating the time of day and year, and you would align the rings with various stars. The Muslim observatories were places to learn, and the astrolabe was a tool to help calculate time, celestial events, and relative positions to Mecca. It had a plate that was the map of the sky, and a rotating ret that simulated the daily movement of the Earth relating to the stars, cited the world history textbook.
I kind of need that.
Oh, that's right.
Alright, thank you, Mason. So now that you know the astronomy in the Islamic times, I'm going to talk to you about the astronomy in a time between the Renaissance period and the mid-20th century. So, in the late 19th century, the wave nature of light and emission spectra from heated materials was discovered, changing the methods of astrophysics. Instead of astronomy being based on religious purposes, it was more on the scientific side of things. One thing that was popular was the architecture of the dome observatories. In addition, the technologies had advanced due to higher qualities of metal, and the mechanical abilities of the builders improved. So they were able to make things like large refracting telescopes and other things like that. The use of spectroscopy and photography created a shift from just mapping the skies to actually understanding what was going on in space. I found most of this information on astronomicalheritage.net. So, to answer the question of how has astronomy changed over time as it spread, as time went on and astronomy spread, the technologies advanced, and it went from a thing of religious practices to studying what was going on in space. Basically going from religious to science. So yes, thank you for listening, and we hope to see you next time. Bye! Here to help me today is my lovely hermano, Mason. Here to help me today to help talk about. Hello, 5th period. I'm Ava and Fred. Here to talk to me. Hello, 5th period. I'm Ava and today. Oh no, I don't like it. Here to help me here. How